What's up everyone, it's Joey, Blush Response, and today we're checking out the Neutral Labs Elmyra 2. Let's get right into it. Elmyra 2 from Neutral Labs. What is it? This is a polyphonic synthesizer, very heavily influenced by the Lyra 8. If you couldn't tell, it's in the name Elmyra Lyra, and I think it does a very good job of capturing the spirit of the Lyra and then doing something different with it. So let's hear it. You touch these touch plates. To play it, just like a Lyra 8. The difference here, though, is that this is wavetables rather than analog waveforms. It's all digital, but with some cool tricks up its sleeve. One thing that's interesting right off the bat is you can press this button and you enter chromatic mode. And you hear some stepping in that voltage. That's all chromatic voltages. So you can play perfectly in tune, which is super handy. Now, basically this works three ways. You select your waveform by turning the wave control. And there are 4 wavetables selectable by pressing the PG button. Very handy. And then you've got this resonant filter. Which does the job. And then you've got this filter here, the choke circuit, along with the bite circuit. Which can get super nasty. And you have CV inputs for everything, of course. There's a sequencer, but it can only record the pitch of the first touchpad and a couple other things. I don't find the sequencer very useful, to be honest, so I don't bother with it. I just sequence it from these inputs here. You've got 2 LFOs and then 2 attenuators. Very simple. And then you've got this delay as well. It's a great sounding delay. And 100% feedback is right around the middle position, so it's seriously crazy to control. Now let's see if I take the LFO out into the attenuator, take that output into the wave input, and we'll start hearing some wavetable modulation. Easy, simple to understand. And LFO2 has variable wave shape. The other thing I want to talk about is this Mod P. So Mod P provides different functions based on the color of the light. In this case, red is detuned oscillators, so you add 2 detuned oscillators. Then you have green, which adds sub-oscillators for extra bass. Super handy there. Mint adds chords. You go through different chords as you turn the knob. Purple is a wave shaper. Again, super easy to understand. Blue is a saturator. And then cyan is a bit mangler. And yellow, sample rate reducer. White adds white noise to signal. Pink is a low pass filter. And then lime is a high pass filter. So lots of cool functions you can add there. If you want to voice the drone, you just hold the program button here and it will drone forever. Again, very handy. and you hold it again to turn it off. So I have it going through the Desmodus for CO, which is a beautiful sounding reverb. And then you add in those drums, and suddenly you're jamming. Now I want to comment on one thing, because I talk about this a lot in demos, and I think this is an egregious example. Button combos. There's a lot of button combos involved with this. You have to like hold program, tap 1 3 times, hold program, tap another button, and then a sequence of buttons to put different like cheat codes almost to unlock more advanced features, like different filtering and whatever. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of this. I think this should not be a modulator. At this point, there should be a screen on the device. When you have to memorize, if I look through the manual here, there's at least 20 different combinations of buttons you have to put in to do the different advanced functions. To me, I'm not a fan of that. It's really bad design because it doesn't take into consideration the entire system. Okay, I can memorize all the button combos for this, but then if I have 5 more modules like that, it's just a quagmire of way too many button combos. So please, manufacturers, stop with the button combos. If it needs that many button combos, you need to put a screen on it. With that said, I still think this thing is awesome. I will just never touch those functions myself, because it's too much of a pain. Okay, so with that said, let's get those drums back in there. I still think it's super fun to jam on. Especially with a bit of reverb like that. Here's it in mono. Super sick. That bite distortion is just brutal. Good drones. We'll do some patching here. Yeah, I love the sound of that. Yeah, and I love that detune too. Sounds great. Nice filter. See, it all comes together really well. And by the way, I like that it's called Ouch. Yes. 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 Big bass though, especially with that reverb. Yes. Really needs that reverb to get that width. But I gotta say, I like it. This gives me everything I would want from a Lyra 8. Yes. There we go. Those mod P-modes are dope. Take that. You can use these envelopes to shape it, have longer releases if you want. Let's plug some FM in there and see what happens. Oh, cool. I can tune it with my finger. Crazy. There's a way to use that. Yes! Crazy. But I need a longer cable to FM it. Or no, we'll use my Laquella Cateritas right here. It definitely sounds fucking broken in a good way. It's great sounding. Very powerful. But it really needs that. The filter sounds really good too. Yeah. Let's plug that LFO into delay time, but with an attenuator. See if we get some chorus. Clean. not a bad chorus effect. Oh, it's so powerful. I could just drone like that forever. Yes! It's definitely powerful. And the delay modulation sounds cool. Put that FM back in. Modulating that delay. Changing that mod P effect. Yeah, that filter comes in really handy. Digging that. That's screeching like a banshee. Yes. Elmyra 2. So that was really fun. I think the Elmyra 2 is a super powerful and fun drone synthesizer with advanced functions if you want to get deeper with it. I'm personally not a fan of the button combos, but I think overall it's a great package, and you don't have to get that deep if you don't need to. It's just fun and playable right off the bat. It sounds great. I love the distortion, the filter. It sounds amazing through a reverb. I believe the manual even says it should be through a reverb, so it was used appropriately. It sounds dope, and samples of it are going to be up on my Patreon for you to use. If you watch any of my reviews and you hear sounds on there that you like, they're on there for you to get into your own productions. Have fun with them. I use them for my sounds, and you can ask me questions there. You can learn from me. There's a lot on there. Check it out. Exclusive videos, news, etc. If you want to support the channel in other ways, there's going to be affiliate links in the pinned comment and video description where you can buy an Elmyra 2 or any other piece of gear or object or whatever from any of these shops. Will help me and give me a kickback. I appreciate that greatly, as well as a link to distribute your music on DistroKid, which I use for my music and my label Megastructure, and it works out great. I get a kickback from that as well. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.